Hello, I believe we're on part 4 and we're trying to get the barley from the barley farmer. So I've given him 3 ales, I think, 3 dwarven ales, so I'm going to give him a fourth. So now he's getting a bit risque, so we are going to sober him back up. It may have been my fourth or fifth.
Hello.
It's a little risque, but I always start out with the dwarven ale.
Hello.
And depending on what he says,
Hail.
you can always have a do-over. So that was number 3. I'm going to do a fourth. So it looks like today, anyway, that I'll just need to do 3 and then start with the gnomish spirits.
Hello.
So that's how you get a do-over. So, and I've done it one time where he actually passed out. So you just have to wait a few seconds and then give him a coffee. So that was the first ale. That's the second ale. Third ale. We're gonna do the gnomish spirits now. Another gnomish spirits. See, notice the green, so now I talk to him. Did you know I'm the famous barley farmer? Bet you did. I am famous after all. What can I do for you? Well, I've heard of you. What say you give me a sample of that barley to back up your claim? It's like, what? You don't believe me? I'll show you. Take this here barley. I'm telling you, there ain't any better to be had. It's like, thanks, Jimmy. So there you go. Ain't she a beauty? Anyway, so we're done with that. There's really nothing else here. Just some bar patrons and nothing to click on because, believe me, I've tried. And that's that. So that's the first thing for the one quest. And that's all that we can do in the Bar of Brel right now. So to get on with the rest of this, we need to exit. And since I started in Frostfang, I have the option of going elsewhere, but I'm going to go to Frostfang and go grab the Thurgoden Brew. So, let's see. Okay, it's going pretty fast today. That's nice. Alright, so we're just going to scooch on over to Raven's Roost. And here is an up-close and personal version of the super mechanized keg thingy. So I'm going to click on it. And see, I tried to pour a mug of the Thurgoden Brew. Hey, what do you think you're doing? That ale's way too strong for the likes of you. And you could do Foam Beer sent me to get some for him. And that's what you think. Now, I usually pick that's what you think, and it starts a fight. I'm sure this other one will too, but since I've never picked the other one, I at least want to see what she says. Because what she says when you do that's what you think, she'll say, well, then you won't mind wrestling me for it. So I'm going to do this one. If that's the case, then you'll gladly prove it. Wrestle me for the ice brew. So it's the same thing. So I can do the let me prepare first, or I can do that. So I'm going to do I can do that. And we're just gonna smack her. And we're gonna roll in a little bit. And yes, there are apparently, she has a twin. wrestling match here. And obviously she scales. Now she technically doesn't die. Now I can click it again. And, oh, she left something. Cool. Usually she doesn't. So now I can leave. And I'll just turn this one in, and we can mark it off our list. As you can see, the list is quite substantial, and there's still more to add. So back into the bar of Brell we go. Oh yeah, and I forgot to turn in that quest. Oops. So let's do that. So we are going to, because we already finished the one quest, or we're about to. This is a separate one. This is the one where we went downstairs. The what's that noise? And oi, you find out what's going on down there, and it's like, yeah, a bunch of Ceruleans have moved in. They have their own bar. Want me to take care of them? And it's like, nah. So I'm getting another set of tokens there. Take care of the Ceruleans. Oi, look, as they keep drinking, it's okay by me. Thanks for checking things out down there. Not a problem. Keep those drinks a-coming. So that is that. One quest down. Now we're back here with Oldar, and I want to try and... crap. Swear camera angles. Especially when I have such extensive hot bars. So I think this is about as good as we're gonna get. I'll try and zoom out a little bit here. Hang on. There we go. Maybe. Okay, that's as good as we're gonna get. Okay, you got the ice brew. That's wonderful. Now you'll see what I'm talking about. It's like, hey, I had to fight a female Coldane to get it. It's like, oh, I should have warned you about that hard-headed Teta. You definitely earned this drink, my friend. That I have. Bottoms up. Here we go. Okay, cool. So far, when I've done this, I've landed in the Firat, and I've also landed in the Isle of Mar. Now, I'm fine with landing in the Firat because that means I can do part of the Gnome's quest, Blitz's quest. Let's see, so here I am in the Firat. That's how awesome that drink was, and I've discovered the Hand of Sacrifice. So let's see where I'm at on my map. I need to get to the docks. I believe the docks are, yep. And because I have a map add-on, I actually am going to click on where the small lizard toy is. So I can fly, and that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna preserve some filming time and pause until I get over to the other side of the island. So here we go. Okay, so I'm pretty much where I need to be. I'm a much higher level than the creatures in Firat, so I can land wherever I want and don't have to be concerned about aggroing anything. And he's usually right in the cage. However, he's usually right about here, but I need to do the flask. So I'm going to zoom in and then do Snoogle Special Flask. And as you can see, small lizard toy. So now I'm going to closer so I can actually pick him up. And we're done with that. And fortunately, the bell is right nearby. And I'm going to head over to... I think I'm going to go to Thundering Steeps next. There's a couple things we need to do there. There is a pub crawl in Thundering Steeps. There is the ale goggle, and there is what I'm going to try and do first is before his ale runs out, or his flask I should say runs out, try and find the flying pig in Thunder Mist Village. And I'm going to pause again while this thing does its... Alright, we are back, and I am in Thunder Mist Village. I am still under the influence of the flask, so I need to find the bar. I mean the barn. Not the bar, the barn. Where the flying pig is, and ta-da! Flying pig. Gonna grab the flying pig. So I have 2 of Blitz's quote-unquote objects of power. Now the other thing that I need to do while I am in Thunder Mist Village is steal this guy's barley. Now, normally what I've been able to do, because there have always been other people doing this, is just come in and steal it. But that's not going to happen, so that's good, because you'll actually see how this technically gets to work. Hey, hold on, just what the heck you think you're doing here? That's me hops and ain't nobody gonna take it from me. Ya hear? Now beat it. So now, even though I'm drunk, I have to find Chicky. There's a girl that I have to find that will distract him. And it ain't the ambassador, let me tell you. Again, usually when I've done it, there's been other people here. I've done this like 3 times, and every time there's been people here, and all I've had to do is grab it, run in and grab it. But again, it's good. It's good. I'm usually not drunk when I do it too. So I'm gonna pause until I can find Girly. Okay. For whatever reason, he left. So I'm just gonna take the thing. When I walk back out, he left. And so I just as you could see, I just went back in and grabbed it. So there you go. Basically, he just has to leave so you can steal it. He did, so there we go. And I'm sober again, so that's always nice. So instead of taking the... Actually, you know what? I'm going to take the Griffin because I like taking the Griffin. And I am going to pause again when I do that because, yeah, you really don't need to see me flying on a Griffin. So here we go. Okay, we are back at the docks. And there are a couple more things I need to do here in Thundering Steeps, whatever. One is get some pure water. So I'm going for a swim, and I'm looking for that glowy thing right there. Now, someone already beat me to that one, but that's quite alright because there's one right here, and my tune can breathe underwater, so there we are. So we got our first thing of pure water. And now we need to do our pub crawl. Oh, and there's another thing that I have to do too, and I'm actually going to do that before I do the pub crawl. And that is... it really doesn't matter, come to think of it. So I'm going to do the pub crawl, and then I'm going to go do the goggles, and I'm going to put the goggles on now so I don't have to remember. Alright, so believe I don't think this is let me check and see which ones this gives. Yeah, she love it can't see your target. Whatever. Okay, good. This is one of the other areas where you can pick up the next set. So that's one. There was one over here. And again, there are areas, I believe, here and butcher blocks gives the same. So I'm gonna try and get the third one before I leave here. Otherwise, I probably won't worry about it though. Butcher block, like I said, should give me the other one, the last one. So here I need a Thunderwise beverage, so I am going to buy it, and I'm going to turn so you can see me here. Actually, I don't think much happens with the Thunderwise one. You just get a very slight animation. Some of the animations you get are quite funny. And let's see, these popped again, so let me see. Do crossroads. And stalker, okay. And notice how you kind of stumble. Yeah, that's the, they're quite good at having effects of being drunk. So, there's one more I have on my goggles. So I have to check out a lassie for the dwarf. So here I am with Garag, Bloodwort, and actually, you know what? It just doesn't do it justice if I'm not sober. So you can get the full effect. So I'm gonna have a chat with Grugra, and I have on the goggles. So, oh, you're a plucky one. There aren't many adventurers that would approach me so directly. You'll see why in a minute. Have any of those brave souls been a dwarf? Matter of fact, one was a sweet talker by the name of Gillen. Do you have a message for him? It's like, no, I was just trying to find him. Oh. Well, I haven't seen him for weeks. It's like, good day. So now I have to talk to her again, but with the goggles off. If you see Gillen, let him know I haven't forgotten him. I'll do that. Yes, sirree. So that's the first of 4 lassies for Gillen. So far, okay, with the ale goggles, the next place he wants to send me is Gorwin. And I need to go to Gorwin in order to get the pepper swill, and I also have a pub crawl over there, so that's fine. And again, his quest is ultra important because that's who I get the ale goggles from permanently, and the only way I can finish Vala's quest. So we're gonna head over to Timorous Deep. And pause while alrighty, and we have made it to Gorwin. And we're gonna go get the pepper swill first, and then everything else will be in or near, around, close by the docks. This is the farthest that I'll have to go. And I believe you can actually fly here, so we're gonna take advantage of that.